I am so pumped to introduce our first speaker for the day. When I met this person 3 years ago, first of all, she called San Francisco San Fran.
San Fran?
And I was like,
Sure.
no, this is Frisco, girl. But when I met her, she had the tenacity and the ferocity of a Powerpuff, like Mighty Mouse, like I will gnaw at your ankle energy. And does anyone know that small, almighty, like, ooh, who's this girl? Okay? And she is not only the future, like Netflix, like TV show lead. She's very thoughtful in her questions. You saw some examples during the panels or whatever. She listens really well. She's a great host. She's also just a great person and a mom who took that knowledge, and she's more than just a coach and a speaker. She really has the ability to teach. So it's a blessing to be able to invite my friend, Clara Capano, to the stage.
Together. We've been talking about so many things around burnout, around leadership, around authenticity. So what I'm going to do now is we are going to teach you how to lead like a lioness. We're going to teach you how to go out there with that fierceness and get ready to roar. So you're going to want to get your phones ready because I have some free gifts for you at the end. So, first of all, we probably all have heard this saying, that the lion is the king of the jungle, right?
Yes.
But let's talk about this lion. Let's talk about how the lion leads, how the lion spends his day. He spends it sleeping, and sleeping, and sleeping some more. We all know that the one that gets things done in the pride is who?
The lioness.
It is that lioness. She is the one out there building the community. She is the one out there guiding her cubs to safety. She is out there hunting and making sure that everybody is fed. What we know is it's the lioness that is the real leader of the pack. So this is what we want to do, is we want to learn from our lioness. And I am here to show you what you can do to make sure you're leading like a lioness as well. Are you all ready?
Ready!
Awesome, let's do this. So, to be a lioness, the first one, we've got to live in the present moment. We need to slow down a little bit. What we need to understand is it's not about being everywhere, it's about being here. What we know is for our clients, our team, our personal lives, our children, it's not about being there 100% of the time. It's about being there 100% when you're there at that time. So start to be in the present. Start to key into what is really around you and how you can really key into the needs of those around you. The next thing, it's investing your time in your productive activities. How many of you feel like you're doing a million things a day out there? Yeah. And you know what we need to do? Is stop. We are doing too many things. One of my mentors, Robin Sharma, has always said it is better to be world class at a few things than to be mediocre at many. You need to do less at a higher level. You need to start understanding what it is you really need to do. I have over here, what is your real job? You know, as leaders, as CEOs of what we are putting together, we expect our people to run their job. But when was the last time you actually looked at your job description? Most of us have never even written a job description for ourselves. And this is why we are doing everybody else's job. Stop doing the work that isn't your core activities. Yesterday we brought up the idea of staying in your lane. This is exactly what we're talking about here. Get really clear. What is your role as the CEO of your company? It doesn't matter if you have a company of 1,000 or a company of just one. Do your job. So get really clear on what your job description is. Organize yourself. Make sure that you are bringing in the self-care. We had several people talk about this yesterday. We have the concept of living your bliss. I like to refer to this as joy. I know how busy we all are, but we all have time for 15 minutes. 15 minutes of something that is going to light you up on the inside. Because when you light yourself up on the inside, it permeates into every aspect of your life. So start thinking about what is it that brings you joy. It could be a dance party like we started today off with. It could be gardening. It could be watching trash television. Doesn't matter. If it lights you up, if it makes you smile and brings you joy, minimum of 15 minutes a day. You will thank yourself, and you're going to see the work on the other side, and the work that you do, the level of quality increases. Never give up. Man, work is hard sometimes, isn't it? We go out there, we face rejection, we sometimes face failure, and yesterday we talked about using all of this as leverage, using all of those missteps and setbacks as fuel to get that fire back in our belly. But at the end of the day, you need to know why you are doing what you are doing. You need to get very clear on your purpose. I am very clear that my purpose is to motivate and inspire others to greatness daily. As a professional speaker, I am on the road 30 to 35 weeks out of the year. It is not always easy for me to go and jump on a plane and leave my son. But you know what? I have an obligation because of my why. It is that why that is my rocket fuel. It is that why that gets me excited for Monday morning so I can have another week of inspiring others to their greatness. When you know your why, this is your compass. Because there's going to be days that you want to give up. There's going to be days where you wonder, why am I even doing this? Doesn't even matter. But when you have that fire in your belly and you know the impact you're delivering, this is what it is. Someone once asked me, what is more important, motivation or discipline? For me, it's motivation. Because when I know why I am doing what I need to do, it's easy to do the disciplines that follow. So know your why. Elevate those around you. This is all about value. There is something out there, and it's called the economic law. The economic law states this: money flows to value. So if you're looking at your bank account, if you're looking in that bag that we talked about yesterday, and there's no money in there, what do you need to focus on delivering more of? Value. Everything comes back to value. If you are not delivering value, all you are doing is taking up space. We don't need to take up space, we need to deliver value. So every day, it's not just about who are you delivering value to, it is how are you also delivering that value. You need to take yourself out of the equation. Because every coaching session, every post, every talk, everything that you do needs to have value behind it, and it needs to have value for those that you are looking to connect with. So focus on the value, the money will always follow. Surround yourself with the right people. Again, when we're talking about feedback, don't get feedback from everyone. Get feedback from the right people, from the people that you know truly care about you and where you want to go, and also have been where you want to go. I encourage you to always make sure that you have 3 people in your world. The first person, this should be somebody that is where you are now. Because you need a sister behind you. You need someone next to you that you can commiserate with, that you can call up and go have coffee with and talk about the struggles that you're having. Somebody that's in the trenches with you, knowing exactly what it is that you are going with. The second person you need the person that's ahead of you. You need that person that you can learn from, that you can follow, that you can engage with, that mentor who's going to help you learn from the mistakes that they made. And then the third person you need is the one who's a little bit behind you. You see, we need to pay it forward. We need to remember what it was like when we started out. And we need to be that mentor for the person that we needed to be when we started our journey. So making sure that you're always doing this. You have the area for growth. You have the area for right now in the present moment to support you, guide you, and lift you up. and then you have the one that you're going to give your guidance and your knowledge to, because that's what a lioness does. And then also, saying no. I want you to write this down, and I want you to imprint this message in your brain right now. I want you to understand, an honest no is better than a dishonest yes. I'm going to say that again.
Say no!
An honest no is better than a dishonest yes. The truth is, you cannot do it all, nor should you want to do it all. And you have to remember that when you say yes to something, you have to say no to something else. So I encourage you to pair this with the idea of your time and where you are investing your time. You need to start asking yourself, should I be saying yes to these things or no to these things? Because if I say yes to one thing, what is it taking me away from? Is it taking me away from doing some of the vital activities that are going to grow my business? If I say yes, is it only going to help somebody achieve their goals but not allow me to achieve my goals? Is it going to take me out of my focus? So you cannot be afraid to say no. And no doesn't have to sound like no. It can sound something like, you know what, I have a previously set appointment at that time, but I am available to meet you at this time or this time. It could sound like, that sounds like an amazing opportunity, however, I'm already committed to something else. Please let me know if that comes around again. Or it could simply say, you know what, that really doesn't fit in to what I'm trying to accomplish, and I don't feel I'm going to be the best person to be a part of this with you right now. Do not be afraid to say no. You need to make sure your time is valuable. We all have the same amount of time, 168 hours a week. You will only achieve greatness by looking at how you are investing your time. Because just like if I gave all of you $1,000 right now and said, go invest this in the best activity, you need to start thinking about the same thing with your time. And if you're saying yes to too many of the wrong things, you're not going to be able to accomplish the right things. So when you start looking at this and you start understanding what it means to lead like a lioness, you're going to understand that a lioness is fierce. That lioness is focused and she is on fire. So my question is, are you? Are you fierce? Answer yes or no. Are you fierce?
Yes.
Are you focused?
Yes.
Are you on fire?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, I want you to stand up real quick. I want you to say it out loud. I want you to say it proud. Let's do this. I am fierce.
I am fierce.
I am focused.
I am focused.
I am on fire.
I am on fire.
One more time. I am fierce.
I am fierce.
I am focused.
I am focused.
I am on fire.
I am on
Now, to help you keep that fire in your belly, I want to invite you to join my community. It's called the L.I.O.N.E.S.S League. My community is a little different than other communities out there because it's more of a collective, and it's a collective for all of us. I wanted to create a platform where like-minded individuals, men, women, and everybody in between can come in, learn from each other, and raise each other up. So what I have created is this collective. It is $7 a month. $7 a month. Come on, that's like one Starbucks trip. And what you get in this collective is you get access to exclusive training. It's all around mindset, productivity, and leadership. I realize that a lot of you also specialize in these areas, but you know what? We all can still grow. As experts in here, remember, it's a community for all of us. You have access to work with me to teach master classes. I bring in experts every month to teach master classes, so it's a time for you. I am not a coach. I am focusing on my show and I am focusing on my speaking. So this is a time for you to come in to be a part of it, to highlight your expertise to others and guide others along the way. I do weekly live, so I'm always bringing in value there and sharing tips and tricks. So again, for $7 a month, it is a no-brainer for us to be able to get what we need to stay inspired, to stay fierce, focused, and to keep that fire in our belly. So I encourage you to be a part of it. I've already identified a couple of you that I want to come in and teach master classes, so I'll be reaching out to you individually. But we're having really great movement with it and a really great time being able to highlight everyone. Now, my mission is, again, to work with leaders. I want to be on stages, I want to be in corporations, because I firmly believe, we talked about this a lot yesterday, Dr. Judy talked about this, our asset being our company culture. I firmly believe that if you want to build the bottom line, you've got to build your people. And too many leaders are focused on trying to please the shareholders, trying to, again, drive their people into the ground. I want to stop that, and I want to change that. So my mission is to get out there and to teach companies, organizations, leaders how to build their people, how to bring in a foundation of wellness in their culture, because that is what's really going to drive the bottom line for them. I want leaders to understand that their employees are really their true customer, and they need to take care of their customer day in and day out. So I have on this QR code is just a little survey, and this is more for me. Just so I know that I did deliver value for you today. I always like to get better at what I'm doing. So if you do have a moment or two, if you could fill this survey out for me, you will get a free gift. I'm going to send you my download of how to put your week together before it starts, so that you can go into your week as the CEO, lioness that you know you need to be. So if you could help me to always strengthen, I would really get better and look at doing those. So with that said, I want you to take away from this the idea that you are a leader. Again, it doesn't matter if you're a solopreneur or if you run an organization or work in corporate. You are the CEO of your business and your life. Make sure you are making decisions that are going to strengthen you. Make sure you are taking care of the others around you, and make sure that each and every day you are living with the mindset and the heart set of always delivering value. So I want to thank you so much for your time. I hope you took away some great value. I am here to help you. I am always here to be able to talk with you. You can reach out to me on any of the social platforms. I encourage you to follow my show, Women Winning Their Way, where I talk about how women can break down barriers and expectations and forge forward on a path to success, all on their terms. And if you ever need help, you can always schedule a clarity call with me so that I can take you from complexity and confusion and get you into clarity. And then, like many of you, I do have my book. My book is a guidebook for the working mom. It is called The Mother of All Success Manuals: How to Live Your Life, Achieve Your Dreams by Overcoming Overwhelm, Guilt, and Burnout. Now, I do sell the book because this is my passion project. This was my story of how I went from burnout to being on the other side and living a life not of balance, but of harmony. And that's what I really want. I donate the proceeds to the No More organization, which fights against human trafficking. So if you do purchase a book, Mother's Day is just around the corner, so if you know any of those mothers out there that might need some guidance, I do have some of the books here. I can also send you some, but it's a great tool, and again, helping a great cause. So with that said, thank you so much for your time. I hope you're all ready to get out there and live like a lioness.